Hey everyone. So we are pretty much in the home stretch of the course, and this will be my last video. And what I'll be doing is just kind of briefly wrapping up and discussing what's going to be due this coming week. And so this week you have an assignment that asks you to read the second section of Morse, which basically goes through the 8 make or break rules for marketing to race, ethnicity, or sexual orientation. And instead of doing an in-depth discussion on that section of the book, what I will direct you to is a link that is posted in this week's folder that has an article that I wrote a couple of years ago that kind of gives a distilled version of what these sections talk about. And so please be sure to read the article before you attempt the assignment. And of course, read the sections because you do have to discuss a couple of the rules and how you have seen them operationalized, how examples of companies that you think have done a good job of doing that. One of the things I want to clarify and want to reiterate really is that in showing how companies have exemplified those rules, you really have to explain why you feel that in that instance with that campaign, that company has exemplified whatever rule that is. So again, pretty briefly say what the rule is that you're discussing, say what you think it means based on the book, and then provide the examples that you're going to provide and explain why. Okay. Outside of that, final projects are probably the most important thing that you will be focusing on for the rest of the course. I know that it was a lot to take in 6 weeks, but unfortunately that's the nature of a short course in the summer. We do kind of double up work. Had it been an instance where we were face to face, we would have been meeting maybe 3 times a week. And so we would have gone through pretty much the same amount of content face to face. But in the online environment, unfortunately, it can be a little taxing. But for the most part, people have been doing great. And so congratulations. If you are at this point, you should be on the path to completing the course and of course, getting the grade that you're hoping for in the course. I want to thank you for taking this class, and just for the final project, as much as possible, review the format that has been provided. If you have questions, be sure to ask. It is essential that you have a good understanding of what is required for the final project so that you can do a good job. Use the course library. It is there with information that is supposed to make your work easier. Leverage those pieces of information that are available. Feel free to email me if you have questions. And with that said, like I said, thanks again for taking the course. Hopefully you did learn something new about the different multicultural groups that are in the U.S., what's been going on in the industry. And for persons who have an interest in the course beyond in the subject area beyond this course, I encourage you to continue reading, continue to keep abreast. There are a lot of jobs in this area. If you go to the LinkedIn job board or you go to the Quirk's website, you will see there are lots of positions available for consumer insights and market research. And the multicultural segment is one that requires specialized skill. And so they're looking for people like you who have done this background work. And this is something that you can leverage in every aspect of every field, pretty much. So it's not just for persons who are going to work in marketing, but if you're going to work in the public service, you're going to work in healthcare, serving diverse populations is something that we hope that this course prepares you to do. Outside of that, feel free to email me if you have any questions or queries, and best of luck for the rest of your time at CSU. All right, take care.